Moving on to our gingerbread boy. This is a very non-traditional gingerbread boy. I actually saw an ornament that looked like this, and I just loved it, fell in love. So you can get inspiration for your Christmas cookies and all sorts of things from things around you. I just love seeing little knickknacks and things, and kind of transforming them into something to do with sugar, whether it's a cake, cookie, candy, you name it. Anything can be done with sugar. All right, so this is chocolate fondant. This is just a satinized chocolate fondant, but I have lined it with the white fondant for the gingerbread boy now. I want to make sure that these custom cutters you have to just make sure that you can use them this way or this way. So I want to make sure that it's lined up correctly, that I didn't flip it over. See, that's the actual way because it fits that way. They're all handmade. So I will just take this and cut, and then I have my shape. And then the easiest thing to do is take some water and place it on the cookie into the spots where you actually want it to look like the gingerbread. So the center, I'm actually going to cut that out, but I'll pop it on like so. Okay, and just kind of press down in the areas that we're going to end up keeping, all of those areas there, like that. And then it's great to have a nesting set of cookie cutters, because you can pick out the right size that you need for this. So let's see, I'm going to take this one right here, and I'm just going to use this and cut out this whole center area here. Okay, and then remove this, and then I'll go ahead and roll out a piece of white fondant and place it in that center. See how easy that is? Rather than trying to do the guesswork. This is one of the things every decorator should have, a nesting set of like round cutters and all sorts of different, shaped nesting sizes, because you never know what you're gonna need. Okay, now we can go to the white fondant. I'll just kind of push that out of the way. So this is gonna be like a candy mint inside, like a little peppermint. And it's gonna add a lot of color to it, and it's just gonna be really unique. So I'm going to use, I don't know why I put it away, because now I have to figure out which one it was. Okay, I just wanted to make the video longer. Alright, so this one, I actually might want to go with the one that's down a little smaller, so I can actually make it fit just a little bit better and not hang over, because this one was going to hang over in certain areas. Nah, okay, forget that. Alright? You too can do this at home, right? Just wanted to show you that I'm human. Alright? Have I ever, you're probably thinking, has she ever done this cookie before? Yeah, but it was last Christmas. Lots happened since then. Alright, so let me go back to this one. Forget all that other stuff I said. And we'll go ahead and pop that right in the center. Okay. Move this over. Push that in. And voila! There we go. Now it wasn't that easy. So I did that just to show you, what not to do. This one right here is stretched a tiny bit. I'm going to take that off, since I can still kind of pull it off. Fit all of this in, and then I'll go ahead and push it in from the side there. That's the easier way to do it, so they don't get blended too much there. And pop that back on. And voila. Okay, now for the mint, it's kind of hard to get your little kind of stripes that they have. So the best way to do it is, again, using your nesting set of cutters. So you want to use the red, and I'm going to cut it out, and I'm going to cut it into the circle shape. So I'll have to probably do a couple of these. This one, go ahead and cut it, and I'll keep this in case I have to do another one. And then what you do is you want to, pretty much you can mark a center area, like right there, okay? And then you can use this to cut your little stripes. So if I just overlap it a little, but I want this to go right through that center, I'm going to cut. I'm going to move it over and cut again. Always following that center line. Try to keep them all in the same spot. Move it over. Cut again. You're not going to end up using all of these pieces, but you should get enough. And I can even release and move some of these that I want before I mess up. Because what happens if you keep overlapping, see how you get these little ones like that? And I want to end up with, I need 5 of them. So I'll take one at a time and see how that will go right to that center. Okay, and then we can take the next one. Take one of these smaller ones. Like that. I don't want to press it on there too much at this point. This one seems, it's just a little big, so I'll come back over and make it a little smaller. Actually going the wrong way, this one a little smaller. Okay, and then one more. So let's see if I can use this one. Okay, that's cute. So now I can go ahead and kind of spread those out a little. And it's okay, they're not all exactly the same width. I mean, you can work it out that they are, but I don't think it's really a huge deal. So, and in the center there, you just want to kind of touching in the center, but we are going to put a little green dot over the center there to kind of clean that up, so you don't have to worry about that too much either. All right, so as far as the mouth, we're going to use a veining tool, and I'm just going to use the thin end of the veining tool and just start right about here, and I'm just going to draw a little line slightly to the right, slightly to the left, and just curve a little so that he looks like he's smiling. Because right now no one has actually, you know, bitten off a hand or arm or anything like that, so he's pretty happy right now. So then you could do another one, you know, with maybe a bite out of them and maybe give him a different look and have a whole line of them. That'd be cute. God, I should have done that. Oh, maybe I still will. Okay, now I'm going to take my green royal icing, tip number 3. Make sure I can actually squeeze some out here before I start. And right in this area, I just want to add more colors. So some of the mints have, you know, several colors in them. So I'm going to take the green and just pipe like that. So from the center out, right in the middle of that white area, and touch down. So I touch at the beginning, squeeze, touch, come out, touch back down. Ta-da! One more. Woo! Okay, and then I'll just take a little ball of this green fondant and I'll just put a little dot in the center there to just clean all of that up. So there, and press down like so. And then I'm going to do some red on either side of the mouth. I'm just going to do a couple of balls of red. And that's actually a little big. I'll split this in half and this can be on both sides of the mouth. So the ball over here. Just kind of flatten those a little bit. Then I'll do the nose. So the nose should be a little bit bigger. Right about there. And the eyes, you can either use the royal icing or you can use the fondant. I've got some royal icing right here, so why don't I just use it? It's okay to, you know, mix and match the royal and the fondant. Just squeeze some black dots like so. And then we can move on to the white. This is a tip number 3. Ooh, I just messed that up, so you see how you can just kind of smooth it back out. And come over here. Okay, and then with this also, we're gonna do the head, and we're gonna make this look like he's got some little earmuffs on. So you wanna come about maybe like halfway down the head there. And then we're gonna use a little bit of the green fondant and just make 2 little balls. So there's one there. Probably right on the end of that royal icing there. And then he'll have a little scarf too. And that one looks a little bit bigger to me. I'm just gonna press that down lightly. Okay, now for the scarf, what we're gonna do is just take a bit of the green again, and we will just knead it, roll it into a cord. And I actually want one end of the cord to be a little wider. So I'm gonna thin this out just by rolling a little bit more in this area right here. And then I'm gonna flatten that end. Okay. Now on this one I'm gonna cut actually a straight area there. I'm gonna just take this palette knife, which I love to use my palette knife, and just cut. You can also use some small embroidery scissors, whatever you have handy. And then I will place this right around that neck area. It also just kind of conceals where that joint is. And since this is kind of thinner here, thicker here, I may as well just use this other part if I can. Flatten it a bit. If it sticks too much to your hand, what you can use cornstarch and then touch it, but I don't want to get the white on there, on the cornstarch on my. So make that a little shorter and cut this also. Then this is just going to sit over the top and kind of hang down, and then I'll tuck that in with my palette knife also. Now on the end of those, I can use a little bit of the red royal icing and just do a little bit of a zigzag there. Okay, and then you can actually leave the whole thing like that. I like to just add a little bit of my red disco dust here. That's kind of an optional thing, whether you want to use that or not. But I'll just put a little bit of water on the red areas. So the red areas are down here, and they are also on the cheeks and the nose. And then I'll come back and just dab a little of the red disco on there. And then it's only going to stick to where the water is, so I don't have to worry about, see where it's going into the white. I can just use a clean brush and brush those areas off. Okay. Little dab, little dab. Make sure I don't mess that royal icing up, and then it will be finished. Okay, so I'll just kind of clean this up.